Cleaned my driveway up a little bit. Pushed the trike out here. I got the candlelight on. I mean, it's too dark for the camera, so I don't know what you can see. Cleaned up the driveway, pushed the bike outside, pushed my little cart outside, and then I pushed the trike outside. I did say bike, didn't I? Big difference. I sanded down the running boards on this side. Just scoffed the living bejesus out of it with some Scotch-Brite and decided to paint them in bedliner black. I like the stuff, so if it scratches, I just spray it again. I better not be brake fluid on my seat. Did a few touch-ups with the frickin' bomb. You know, once you get going, you can't stop. But I did the running boards all the way around in the outer edges. I started to do the other side and ran out. I'll get some more. I tightened these bolts up. That one right there that holds the brackets for the back of the running boards. I put some, I think there's like nylon or rubbery washers. They're really hard between there, and I made a rod that goes all the way through. You can barely see it. Where is it? Here it is. This one's brand new. Tighten them all down, so I'm not going to kick it, but I don't have any play in the running board anymore. Back and forth is taken care of because this only goes so far back, and left to right's taken care of because those are so damn tight. And now that these are nice and tight, nothing moves. I could actually run and drive it right now if I had electricity, but I don't. Again, all the stuff is off. The grips, the controls. These are little stupid clip-on plastic rings for the little Honda horns right here. I might just leave it off. They're black. What I was working on is taking apart my controls and eliminating things I don't need. Like I don't need rear brake light switch for the left control connected to the front brake because, well, there is no front brake, and if there was, I could make it work another way. So that can go. So I now have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wires with what looks like a ground, but it's not. It's actually the trigger to the left directional. You got the horn, high beam, low beam. That is 1, 2, 3 wires, 2 wires for the horn, and the 2 wires for the directional. So these two go together. We got 6 wires. I'd like to make these all meet somewhere universal, like maybe a strip under here, or like a Honda does. Everything, or Kawasaki too. Everything meets in the headlight. That's kind of a pain, and then I could take the headlight off to get to this mess. I was thinking if I could have the wires all meet up here somewhere under my false tank, that'd be a great place to put it. But I was just into taking this apart. I took this cheesy rubber sleeve off. I've got some nice stuff. This stuff, when it gets cold, it doesn't bend at all. I picked this up once this winter and I couldn't bend it. It was so cold. Alright, so they got these funky little tabs here that hold the wires down. That's start, engine on, engine off, and directional. That's all that's over here. These are more than likely going to, the headlight will definitely be going to a relay. The on and off switch are just a relay. The start switch is a relay. I'm sorry, headlights are over here, I hope. Yeah, low beam, always. And you flick a switch, goes to high beam, so. And of course, your right directional. Now these are Japanese-made replica Harley thingies that fit a 1-inch. I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to cut this plug off. And I'm going to get rid of this plastic tube they put it in. Alright, one of many videos to come. Don't think for a minute that this thing just goes right on. Aside from that metal bracket being bent, of which I'm going to take it out and cut it down a little bit because it's way too big. The stupid wire tie that they use, which is huge and gets in the way, and the hard plastic tube that they use. This one, when I put it on, it fits good on this side, but on this side it was kind of tight. And it wasn't the wires in the way or anything, it was just the fact that the casting on the top is a little rough, so I had to put some 80 grit like this. I put some 80 grit sandpaper over the tube like that, and I just rolled the handle, the grips back and forth, the controls back and forth on the sandpaper. And I took a look to see where it was scratching, and I did it a little bit more, and now it's a nice fit. All the way across, it's even. This side was like wide open. I didn't want to strip it, so now I'm messing with this one. I gotta take that little bracket out and see if I can either cut it back or trim it down. The only thing that turns is what's in here. So as long as this is wrapped up good, get rid of that stupid bracket in the way. Yeah, I should write down the color codes while I'm here, huh? Alright, so what is that? Oh, that's start. Start is a green with a yellow stripe and a red with a white stripe. Engine kill, which is probably just a ground, is two greens, a dark green and a light green. This would be the what? The right directional? Yeah, this would be the right directional. Is red and black. I mean, come on, can these guys pick any more stupider colors? Are we kidding? There's also a switch back here for the clutch. The front brake switch I won't be using. That's the micro switch that was connected to those two wires that went to nothing, literally. I don't think I can get in there to take that out, so I'm just going to leave it there. It ain't going to hurt anybody's feelings. I think it's connected to the same ground, but I'll find out before I put it together. Red and black to the right directional. Are we kidding? I haven't cut this end off yet, but I did cut this end off because I'm not using the Harley plugs. Shh, Harley plugs. Did I say Harley? I didn't say Harley. Alright, I got one of my screws here too. Alright, I'm going to take this one out and trim that stupid bracket back, or see if I can bend it in a better direction. Well, if you think that was easy, whew, that was a pain in the ass. Alright, here's my left control. Horn, high beam, low beam. So you leave it on low beam. Lights are always on because it's a motorcycle. Left directional, which I'm going to put to a timed relay. You hit the button, it'll go click, 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 click for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever, then shut off. I only have, on this side, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wires. On this side, I only need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wires. So we've got 13 wires to mess with between these two controls. Some of them are simple. Turn on the ignition. Most of them are going to be activating relays, like high beam, low beam will be relays. Just talking to myself. I don't like how these things have turned pink. What's up with that? But they're at the same angle as far as this goes. You know, the up and the down. I'm not zooming in, right? Yeah, it's zooming in. Man, I'm going to smash that thing. Pretty soon. We have everything working. Right, left, start, ignition on and off. High beam, low beam. That's it. And you need a key somewhere. We'll figure that out when we get down here. Maybe I could put your dashboard or something. See my hands? Bed liner. You can put a dashboard or something up here for all this to go to. I don't know. Been out here like 2 hours, maybe 3, cleaning these things up, making everything fit. But I'm going in. You have a good night. Day number 2. Nice and warm in the garage. Let me get around this thing. I'm out here putting connectors on the ends. Put a female on the wire end, and then I put a male on the wire end, and I put a female on the other end. Hopefully all of these are going to go into the headlight in the back. I'm going to take the front of the headlight off and see what's going on in here, because I got a bunch of wires that I don't know what's what. But I'm going to clean up all these connectors. I don't want to use the motorcycle connectors. I'll go back to the purple ones. I got tons of these. So, having fun, playing with wiring. I still didn't write down the wiring for this one, although I did mention it in the video for the other one. This one here. I have some stuff that I have to pick up. I haven't gotten it yet. It's like it's like those Chinese finger pull toys that goes over this thing. It'll be nice and clean, plenty of room. All right, having fun. I'm gonna take that headlight off. Okay, so brown and red with a white stripe is the horn switch. And I have 3 wires going to high beam, low beam. A yellow, a blue, a dark blue, and then a light blue. I think the light blue is the center. Yellow and black are up and down, so one of these has got to be high beam. I'll have to meter it. I have my relay set up over here now. Here's the headlight plug. It's got like a bug in there or something. But here's my ground. Alright. Each one of these is going to go to, you got high beam and low beam on one side of the relay on 2 separate sides. So when the high beam is on, the low beam is off. But I think the switch is going to activate. It's either going to send the relay power or it's going to make the ground. It's a lot less of stress on the harness if you make the ground instead of send power to it. So this is a Potter Broomfield relay that I've had. It's going to go up front in the headlight assembly. The only thing I need up front is a power and a ground. I've been working on the ground leads for the directionals. I do have a white relay here somewhere for a flasher relay. I just had it. What the hell did I do with it? Well, I think I put it down over there. But I have a white flasher relay too. And I have a starter solenoid for a motorcycle. Right there, that Tom Farrell probably needs. Here it is. There's a 3-prong flasher relay. So that'll probably go up front or, you know, wherever the directionals are needed. Probably in the headlight if it fits. I'll bring that over here. But I'm messing with the relay to turn on the low beam and the high beam. And I got to figure out which wire it is in the controls. And they're right there. Stretched out a bunch of wires. This is from a Stanley Duraglide bi-part slider. Really nice wire. I stretched out a bunch of them. This is probably 10 feet long. And I'm making a harness that's going to go from the light all the way back to the engine. Of course, it'll divide off to lights and directionals and coil and what have you. And I'm going to have one heavy lead that goes from the starter all the way back. Goes in the frame, comes out of the frame right there. So one nice heavy power lead front to rear with a fusible link in the back, of which probably use something like this. An amplifier wire. That's all you need. Nice heavy gauge. Actually, I think I have some. Of course I have some. This is all my light bulbs and relays. Let me push this in. It's full because I was digging through it. This is all my light bulbs and relays. Relays, fuses. Let me show you my wire. Here's all my wire. Not all of it. A bunch of it. There's some more. There's some more. This is the nice Stanley stuff. Nice. I'm saving it for like all winter. I have a ton of those lights. I got some LED ones too that are really nice. You can find one. Those are really nice. You should see them when they're lit up. And over here I have more wire. Under there I have a lot more lights. But I think there's 10, maybe 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, count that with one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 wires in this harness. A lot of stuff is going to split off. Like, you know, you're going to have parking lights. They're all going to be going to the same wire. Different things here and there. Some of them will trigger a relay. I got to figure a place to mount a box back here to put some more relays in. So it's like 9 o'clock at night. I shouldn't even be out here. But there's nothing going on. So I decided to take that weird Honda headlight off, or Kawasaki headlight off, and see if I can make something different with the old Bates headlight. And I cut the wings off this bracket. Let me show you where this goes. This bracket has some little rubber pads. I got them off. They go in those 2 holes, and it just snaps in between the 2 what do you call them, the forks, and it sits down in a rubber hole right there. I was thinking I could reuse this part and make it work with the Bates headlight and get some different directionals, maybe something up here or who knows what, but I didn't want that to be there. I did want this to be on there at some point. I don't know where, but I'm gonna fit this thing on here. Me and my friend Hank made this thing probably 2-3 years ago now. It's pretty heavy. It's a cast aluminum skull. He did a lost foam casting. There's a video of this actually. I thought it would be cool up here. It's too heavy to be a shifter, so. But if I could put this here somehow, if I can balance it, not necessarily that height, and put a Bates headlight. This is a Bates headlight, like 60, 80 bucks. Just underneath it, like that. I thought that would be different. This one's nice and clean and brand new. The Honda headlight or Kawasaki headlight there is a piece of crap. That, and it's been broken since I got it, so looks like it's got a bulb inside there. I know they're not very bright, but I like it. I think I should go in. So hold on, let me get on the other side of the tire here. I like this thing. I think it's pretty neat. Alright, been a good night. Done a lot of wire sorting and things like that, and putting connectors on and tracing out wires, and I did run my power wire. It's actually right here. I just haven't pulled it through all the way. Let me put him over here where he's safe. I ran my power wire. It comes out of the frame here. I put this plastic sheathing stuff over it, and it runs down the frame and it goes here, and this will go to that fuse, and that fuse will go onto the starter somewhere. So we're nice and clean. Probably going to have to drill a hole there, run it up the side, and connect this to the starter. And I need another wire for a trigger, and that's about it for front to rear. Everything else will be in this harness for lights and bells and whistles and stuff like that. I'd like to put all the horns back on. I got so many horns. I got a Ooga horn, I got a bull horn, and all the horns I had. I got that siren, and I got these 2 little Honda horns. We'll work it out, one thing at a time. But like in the controls, like in the handlebars, I'm going to have to paint all this stuff. I want to work on the headlight, get it straight, mask it all up, paint it black. The only thing that'll be chrome on this thing probably will be the headlight. You can take this nut and the big nut and loosen this nut, and you can pull the whole top tree off without affecting anything. It doesn't even affect the bearings because they're all like a sealed unit inside. All greased up, all packed, ready to go. Here's my mess. That's it. You have a good night. I'm going in. See ya.